the challenges that life brings us, we have to like look at those challenges and really appreciate them and let them build character. You and I, we're doing things related to our passion. We're vibing. We're uplifting others. The last time we got together was what, a few months ago, over the summer.
It was still semi-warm outside.
Yeah.
Right? Remember back in the day, we used to be in school and jokers be like, "Oh yeah, turn in your current events, turn in your current events."
Yeah, bro. I didn't like doing those, but yes, I do.
Yeah, right. Them joints.
Yeah, we had to. like find like. I mean, I get why we did it, but I didn't like doing it at all. I hated it.
Man. Yeah, man. That was the life, man. That was when stuff was way more simpler back then. You know, before the internet like blew up and really became this thing. That's how we're able to communicate and how I'm able to be on, your platform right now. So it's like, man, like it's a beautiful thing. It's a gift and a curse sometimes, right?
It is. It very much is, man. To be able to do things like this, and obviously without this, the rest of the world, telecommuting and all that kind of stuff, that wouldn't even be possible. But man, it's very much that. There's very much that the negative aspects of it that I'm, starting to realize slowly but surely as I'm getting older and trying to, like limit like social, not just technology, but social media specifically, I guess, right? I'm thinking.
Because it becomes too much sometimes,
Definitely.
Like it's real, but it's not really real because nothing over the screen is really tangible, like it's nothing that you can really touch.
Right.
And really grasp,
right.
unless you cut, for instance, music, that's one of, both of our passions. We both love music. We both embody music and we both like exude like it's just music. We love the music so much. You know what I mean? You remember going to a record store back in the old world, and picking up a CD or whatever, and you like looking at the credits and you looking at the CD, you making a decision, like, should I buy it? I only got about $20 in my pocket. I can only get one of these. You know what I mean? And the CD is already about $20, so it's like you ain't gonna have much left over. So, all right, let me make a decision on this CD. Now it's like you don't gotta buy nothing. You just have it right at your fingertips. You gotta get the streaming service and you got all these anthologies of all the anthologies of all these different albums and all these different artists and stuff like that right at your fingertips, which is like amazing. But at the same time, you don't feel the texture anymore. It's like you don't. I remember opening the CD and looking at it and looking at the credits and like reading the credits as I'm listening to it through my headphones. So that experience right there is like dead. You know what I mean? It's gone now. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't exist anymore. It's like, I try to look at the credits as I'm listening to a new album, but it ain't the same. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It ain't the same when you're looking through the credits and you're like, oh, man. And you just so zeroed in and focused on this album. And, you just waiting to hear what's next. But nah, pretty much we listen to music in transit and maybe on our spare time. Like pretty much in transit. Like when we're in the car or, we doing something else. You're right.
That's spot on, man.
It's not the same anymore, but that's the way it is. That's just the way it is.
That's it, man. Yo, so wait, as you were talking about the going through CDs and purchasing physical CDs. Do you remember the last CD that you ever bought physical?
The last CD that I ever bought, the one I can remember, anyway. I actually kind of do, because that right there was like, oh man, that was it. I think I bought Jadakiss Top 5 Dead or Alive album, and that didn't come out too long ago. That might have been maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, not too long at all. Okay.
Yeah. So I think I went into Target. I think Target still has CDs that you could buy, with the parental advisory sticker, because I know you go to Walmart, that shit is edited. Yeah. It's edited, and you just like, I'm good.
Right. I'll pass. Thank you, but no thanks.
Nah, brother. Right. I'm good.
That could stay over there.
That could stay over there. That could go over there. Yeah, so it was like Jadakiss top 5 there a lot, but after that, I kind of succumbed to, the streaming services and Tidal, YouTube,
Wave.
Yeah, Tidal, YouTube, whatever, Spotify, whatever, all the same thing. It's different variables because certain artists release certain albums on certain platforms at certain times, but they all get across all the platforms eventually, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I still get my fix because I still get to listen to the old stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that I did have on CD, stuff that I did have on cassette tape back before then. So it's kind of like I still get my fix from like 1997, 1998 when I was in elementary school, right then and there. But so it's remarkable, but at the same time, sometimes it could be a downer because it's like, dang, I don't have that same experience no more, right?
That tangible aspect is a serious thing, bro. Definitely with CDs and with music, and I even think of something like pictures. I think about how Google Photos has unlimited storage, so you could go through old pictures, which is dope. But going to your parents' house and looking at that album or
that
something,
photo album,
like the
right?
physical picture was from that time frame. Like,
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? The physical thing you're touching, and you look at the back of it, and notes or date or whatever on the back. Like that's something that is it's very different than looking at an old picture on your phone.
So it's a Hallmark experience.
Yeah, right? It really is
it's nice. Very paramount. Like it's like, oh damn, like it's a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a picture that you're just looking at and it's like, dang, I was here. But nowadays you're just scrolling through pictures. You forget all the pictures you even take now. I mean? You're like, let me take a picture, but
taking them so much. Yeah.
If we were to do a poll, Kev, on how many pictures that are taken that are never printed out. You know what I'm saying? Like how
printed out. Forget
what would the outcome be?
I mean, I'll even say printed out or posted somewhere for others to see, one or the other. But even so, it's still, I mean, I'm a math guy. It's nowhere close to 1%. It's like
he said nowhere
close. It's not even close to 1%. It's not even close. No.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's hard to even quantify. It's like because you're taking so many. Like how many pictures you got in your Google Photos?
I don't even know the number, but I have them from 2007, and I've been taking pictures every year.
Video, pictures.
Yeah. Just nonstop.
For a minute now. You're talking about over a decade.
Yeah.
Well over a decade. You got the archive is thick, baby.
It is, bro. It is. It is. And I guess Google is starting to realize they actually just, one of the big things with them is they offer unlimited cloud storage, or offered unlimited cloud storage, so you could take as many pictures and videos as you want. Which to me always was like, okay, eventually that's gonna catch up to them. How can they do unlimited forever? But now next year, I don't know exactly when, but they're sort of reneging on that plan, so that they're not offering it for free anymore for unlimited. So I was like, man, that's kind of I mean, I shouldn't even say unfortunate. At least maybe that'll just give people a little bit more, like when you had a camera with film in it, like you're not just taking everything, you're like taking specific ones, you're like, okay, let me get this shot, let me get, you're not just like, oh, I have an unlimited amount of, that's not how it works. So I guess it's not maybe not necessarily a bad thing.
Nah, it ain't a bad thing, but it's pros and cons to every situation.
So you got to stay in strong shirt on. What was your favorite saga? Let's talk Dragon Ball Z real quick. What's your favorite saga?
I mean, it's hard to say, yo. Like I like all of them in a different way, because it's like, if I had to choose, I don't know. What's your favorite saga? I really can't. Nah, I don't know.
For me, is definitely gonna be between either Frieza or Cell Saga. I was having a Twitter dialogue with a random guy that's into Dragon Ball Z too. He posted something. I was chatting with him, and we were talking about how the villain, how Cell the villain, how he was like the most interesting, one of the most interesting villains like in anything, because like his what he was clearly stronger than everyone. He could have done whatever he wanted, but he wanted that competition so badly where he said, all right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys several weeks to go train and we're gonna have a
yeah,
competition, that type of thing. And it's like, why would he do that? No villains really do that. Well, he did it because he has Cell's genes from Goku and these other, you know what I'm saying, these other people who are all about competition, and Vegeta and them. So it made sense
yeah.
that it was like that.
When I think about every saga though, like just different sagas, right? Like, and when I think about like just like somebody like Goku, he's an imbecile kind of, right? He's kind of like
Yeah.
he's kind of a simp. Like he's
Yeah.
kind of like just like, oh, all right, yo, you're the strongest here. Let's fight. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's dance. You know, I mean, it's deep. It goes deeper than that, of course, because you know you got all these side stories and all this other stuff. But when I think about like his journey, and I'm just like, man, like he's just trying to prove himself time
Yeah.
and time again. Like, why? What gives you that thirst to just keep proving yourself time and time again? Do you feel like every time you're gonna level up? Well, in his case, he did level up, you know, in
Sure.
different ways. But yeah, I don't know. It's remarkable in a way because it's the hero's journey. You know
Yeah.
what Star Wars was about. What I don't know if you big on Community.
I started watching it. I love it. I have to get back into it, but I started watching it. It's
Community
crazy smart.
Community is kind of crazy on that too, man. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I
yeah,
got back in. I started watching. I knew about it from a while ago, but I'm a huge Childish Gambino fan, and the guy Dan Harmon, I think his name is.
yeah, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he did that, and I'm seeing like similar type of humor and the joke. I'm like, this is really funny.
Yeah, nah,
Like there was one joke in there where I forget exactly the context, but it was something about Childish Gambino's character dating one of the white girls in the show, and again, I'm terrible with names, but the main male character, I don't know
Jeff,
his name, Jeff, yes, and the main female character,
Britta.
Britta, yes, them two, they were talking to each other, and Britta was like, "Man, if those two end up getting together and they have, imagine they have a child, their child will be so cute." And then Jeff was like, "Wait, so why do you think automatically that their child's gonna be cute?" And he was alluding to the fact that it was gonna be an interracial baby, of course. Like why? And as the scene was playing out, I was like, I hope that he reacts this way, and then he did. I was like, "Yep, there it is." I was like,
Yeah,
I love those types of things like that.
yeah,
Such a
yeah,
good
yeah.
show. I want to jump into Other Side of 4 a.m. with you. Just to kind of tee it off, I've seen the content that you've been putting out, and I remember it from when it started. Shortly, a few months maybe after I kind of started. You started this. I see where you were, where you're at now. So much progress, and super proud of you and excited about the future of it. Give my audience a little rundown about what the Other Side of 4 a.m. is all about.
All right, so yeah. Other Side of 4 a.m. Other Side of 4 a.m. kind of like it's the origins of it is when I started. I kind of like was like, all right, I want to change my lifestyle. I want to change the way I go about things and everything. And what best way to do it is to change it in a sense of like dieting and exercise. That's the most simplest way I could do because it's like, okay, that's the simplest form of discipline that I could think about. It's just, discipline as far as like what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body, and discipline as far as like getting up and actually getting active. So I was like, okay, I could do this. I think I could do this. I know I could do this because I've done this before, but
Mm-hmm.
it just wasn't consistent. It wasn't as consistent as it should have been. But hey, man, this is what it is now. So in January, I would say before January, like I would say the summer of 2019 is kind of like when I started like my transformation because like before then I was just unhealthy, bro. Like I ain't even gonna I ain't even gonna front. Like I was just unhealthy, you know, mentally, spiritually, physically. I was just an unhealthy being. I was just walking about and just trying to make sense of what's going on, and you know, just walking about life, you know, just like not no rhyme or reason, because I had a rhyme and reason to it, but I was kind of like blocked. I felt like I was blocked in a way, and it's because of the stuff the food I was intaking. And I'm not just saying like food that you eat. I'm talking about like all aspects of food. When I say food, I mean the food that you eat, the media that you look at or what you watch,
Yeah.
the books that you read. So like all these different aspects, it's like, okay, I need all these to come in the same realm of each other. All these need to be kind of synonymous with each other. You know what I mean? And like I could kind of learn one thing from the next, one thing from the next. So it's like, all right, let me change it. Let me change it. Let me read up about food. Let me read up about what I should do to transform myself into something else, because
Right.
I know it's possible, right? So I started the summer of 2019, and that's when I really started.
Mm-hmm.
But I got into the thick of it top of this year, January, and I started documenting it. You know, documenting it on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and just letting jokers like really just letting people know like this is my process and this is what I'm doing, and I'm being, you know, just honest and, you know, just open about this is how I'm doing it. You know, maybe it could work for you. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you have some tips for me or whatever. But then, dog, it just took a life of its own, man. And the reason why I called it Other Side of 4 a.m. is because back in the old world, that's what time I had to wake up to start working out. Because, you know, I had to get up, I had to get ready and do all this other stuff and go to work at a certain time, and after work I would have to do other stuff. And so I was just like, how do I have time to better myself? How do I have time to get myself to the next stage? How can I do it? And I'm just like, okay, wake up at this time. If I woke up maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours earlier, maybe I can get something rocking. And that's exactly what I did. So I started waking up around 4 o'clock, and now I'm programmed every day to wake up at 4 o'clock. Whether I do something or not, I'm programmed to wake up at that time to do to just be up. But yeah, so I started in January, and I'm just like, all right, let me just document it and just see what happens. And then, you know, right after, you know, in March, that's when the pandemic started, right?
Right.
So, and me, I worked in the school system, you know, so everything was like kind of like done. There was no school, and there was no coming into school or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to like make a decision. Okay, do I see what happens next, or do I take this energy that I've encapsulated and put into a ball of some sort and make it something else, you know? And I made the decision to just make that something else, you know? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just leave that life behind because I think I was kind of done with that phase, and then create something else and become an entrepreneur and try to help people, you know? Because
Fitness,
I think in
wellness.
my spirit, I always try to help people. You know, my spirit is always trying to help people, trying to like, trying to understanding of like, how can you get to the next level or certain things. Like, oh, okay, I can help you. I can help you. I think I can help you. I have an idea. So I use that same logic for myself. You know, I was like, okay, how can I get to the next level? How can I do what I need to do? You know? So yeah, that's what it is. And then after I started, you know, posting myself working out and just sharing information about health tips and, you know, given the world that we in, everybody's more trying to be more health conscious and what they're putting inside their body and stuff like that, it all worked hand in hand for me, you know, and I was granted opportunity to help other people, you know, just try to get to their next level.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So it took a whole life of its own, and I ended up just like, you know, kind of leaving my old job to just focus on this.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And what we'll get into, you know, next is, you know, I wrote a book about it. I wrote a book. I wrote several books, but I'm gonna start one at a time. You know what I mean? So because it's a whole ideology that I'm just trying to really just put out there, and you know, whoever takes it, and whoever doesn't. You know, I'm just trying to help people get to the next stage, just like I helped myself get to the next stage. I took these precautionary measures, and I'm just like, okay, this is what works for me. This is what works for my body chemistry. This is what works for myself. And I'm pretty sure there's other people out here in my same position that I used to be in.
Yeah, sure.
That want to get to the next level, that want to get to the next stage. So, hey, man, why not put it out there? Why not put yourself out there? And I think that was the initial thing. I think I had like a little bit of I think we all had fear in us, and it's just like, it's just there. It's just there. It's just there. It's dormant, like it's fear. But once you're able to get over that fear of, nah, just let it flow, let it go. Everything else becomes easier, you know?
It's
like
true.
Just everything else becomes easier. And like, you just really don't care. Not to say that you don't care, because you care, but you care less about what people think once you put yourself out there more, because you're willing to go places that other people aren't willing to go, you know? And as you learn, going places other people aren't willing to go is mad commendable, as I've learned.
Yeah, you know? It is. People, yeah, that it's something that we talked about it earlier, that could definitely, you know, inspire people that you may not have realized are watching your content and seeing the things that you're doing, but inspiring, doing things that are inspirational and motivating to others is really the name of the game. I mean, I was watching a live earlier, or last night, about with Tyler the Creator and Pharrell talking to each other on Instagram Live, and someone posted on YouTube. So somehow I got a recommendation for it, and I was watching it, and it was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. They were talking about, I'm not even too familiar, something about Pharrell's skincare thing. I heard about him kind of putting out or something. I wasn't as interested in that as much as I was just about their relationship. I know that you've seen the Entrepreneur video, the Jay-Z and Pharrell song.
Yes.
You've seen it, right? So they gave Tyler a huge shout out right towards the beginning, all these things that he's done. And Tyler was just talking about the importance of how Pharrell gave him the keys, and then he went on to explain what he meant, right? He's talking about how Pharrell has been through it. He's one of the best producers of all time. And he had information and experiences that could absolutely help catapult someone like Tyler, who's extremely creative, but, you know, wet behind the ears and younger and trying to figure things out. And he was just so thankful, right, to give that he gave him the keys, that he gave him this knowledge. And that spoke to me, because he was like, yeah, you know, a lot of people out there, or he didn't say a lot, he said some people have that information and they don't want to share it. You know, they don't want to inspire others and help others get to where they want to be. And that's such a great feeling, either giving the direct information or just doing something that is, you know, that people are saying, wow, that's cool. If he can do it, why don't I try doing something like that too? Put myself out there. So
absolutely, man.
That's
absolutely
big.
Man, because I mean, and it keeps that energy going, right? It keeps that same energy going. It keeps that same energy going, because you like how you say, handed the keys. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give you the keys to the car. I mean, you're gonna do it a different type of way, but my energy is still within the keys, the tangible thing that I gave you. And that's what we were talking about before, that tangibility. You know? It's like, I'm giving you this tangible thing, whether it be actually tangible or not. You know, I mean, from a metaphorical standpoint, the keys is the ideology. You know, is that ideology? Is that okay? It's like, let's see how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna flip it, because I kind of inspired you in a way, and how are you gonna flip it and give the keys to the next person, and then how are they gonna give the keys to the next person?
Sure.
It's a legacy.
Continue paying it forward.
Yeah. So it's a legacy thing, you know. So it's a remarkable thing. And this is what has happened to us as humans since for a long time. So because how many people have handed us the keys to things, you know, and then trusted themselves, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna give you the keys. Don't mess this up. Don't crash this car, you know, because I love this car. You know, you could paint it, you could make sure it's right, you could make sure it's fresh, but don't mess it up.
So tell me a little bit about this book that you wrote, and what gave you the idea. What was that process like, and what people can expect?
The name of the book is actually called "We Are Waiting for Your Greatness. So what the hell are you scared for?" So it's called that because it's kind of like we all have that in us. We all have that greatness in us. It's what I was talking about before, that fear be holding our greatness back, you know, a lot of the times, you know, like we all have it in us to be great at something, you know, we're all passionate. We all have something that's dormant within us that we have to unlock. You know, it's like a door. It's like a door that we have to open. It's not that we didn't have to unlock it. I think it's already unlocked. It's just that we have to open the door and go through the door. But I think a lot of times we're afraid to go through the door, you know, because it's just like, we don't know what's behind the door. You know, it's uncertainty. It's forbidden that we go through that door, because
fear of the unknown.
It's not safe. It may not be safe.
Yeah.
But you know, if you don't go into the unknown, if you don't go into that uncharted territory, how will you ever know if you're able to be something else, you know, and transform into something else, and really, really, really be something that you could be very proud of.
Definitely looking forward to the book. So when does the book drop?
Oh, the book should be out. It'll be out. As soon as, I don't know when you're dropping this, but it'll be out.
The book is out. The book is out. It's out. Go to Amazon. There you go. I like that.
Yeah. It's Otherside of 4am.com. It'll be all over my Instagram and YouTube, and I'm gonna be blasting that off. That's gonna be blasting off. It's gonna be blasting off, and then I'm gonna be working on the next book. But we are waiting for your greatness. So what the hell are you scared of? That's where it's gonna be out, and it's pretty much gonna just, you know, kind of like help you conquer your fear. You know, self-help, help you conquer your fear, help you get to the next level. You know,
I gotta say this to you, bro. I think the name of the book and I think the name of your business are both really dope. They're really compelling names. The business is mysterious. It's like, okay, this sounds cool. What is it? I need to find out more. That's what that is, right? And then the book is very blunt. It's like a freaking phrase. It's boom. And it's powerful. It's a powerful sentiment. Everyone has something in them. And
we all do. And we're waiting for it.
What are you waiting for? Exactly. You owe it to yourself and to others, right? To be able to.
That's exactly what you should be asking everybody else that comes on the show. What are you waiting for? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What are you waiting for? If you're scared about something, or anybody that you come in everyday life, it's like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We waiting because we waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
We just want to see it.
That's
we just want to see it. So, you know, it's I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for this next phase. And at the same time, I'm making this transition to Atlanta. So it's like, you know, it's a lot going on at one time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm moving to Atlanta, opportunity out there rather. And I'm just ready for whatever challenges and whatever may come my way, because, you know, like I said, this thing took a life of its own that I didn't know it was going to take.
Yeah.
But it's funny, and I know you can attest to this. People from all over that you never even thought, people from around the world, hit you up or something like that, talking about, oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love what you're doing.
Yep.
I love what you're doing. Like for real. I love what you're doing. Keep going. And that's kind of like all you need, right?
Powerful. Someone from across the world. Yes, that's exactly right. That you have these connections with
people in different countries. And sometimes it in the beginning, it kind of not freaked me out, but I was like, oh man, I was kind of in awe.
Yeah.
But then, you know, now I got adjusted to it, because it's just like, okay, South Korea, Indiana, Canada, you know, and these are people that don't even know me, like never even, but they know me because I'm doing something that they can relate to.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought me on your platform, because I had to give you your flowers while you're still here and while you're still living.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of what I've known you a long time. And, you know, if anybody knows, I know this guy a long time, since high school, for a long time. So for you to come and manifest into what you're doing right now, it's remarkable, man. And I'm proud of you, and I just want you to keep going and keep going and keep going, and don't ever stop, because somebody's always looking for you. Somebody that really, really needs it is really looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And just know that. And just know that. Even if nobody's told you that, I'm telling you that. Somebody that's looking for you, because I'm looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you exemplify what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you exemplify exactly what the title's talking about. You know, what the hell? What are you waiting for? We are waiting. We are waiting.
I appreciate those kind words, man.
Scared of, you know. So I have to give you your flowers now while I'm talking to you, and while you have me on your platform, which I'm very grateful of and I'm very appreciative of, because, you know, this is uncharted territory for me too. You know, but at the same time, you make it so comfortable where it's just like, all right, I'm just talking to my friend, even though all these people about to see it or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it because you're cool with it.
Hey,
yeah,
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate I really do, man. The words. I think it's important. It's important for people to hear those things, and it's important for people to say those things like you did. And I'm appreciative of that. And you know, I can say the same for you. I think any person out there who is doing something that they're passionate about, and they're doing something that it's clear that they're excited about, you know, the day-to-day of putting the work in, because it can be a little tiresome when you have to do the editing, you have to post this, you have to network.
Some days you don't want to do it. Some days you don't want to do it, but when you do it, and then somebody hits you up like, "Oh man, this is what I needed. Thank you." It's all well worth it. It's all well worth it.
Yeah, man.
It's all well worth it. And then you're like, oh, all right, I got it. This is my purpose. This is my calling. This is what I got to do.
Yeah.
You know, this is my duty. This is my duty. You know, you take that on as a challenge, and you're like, this is my duty. I have to do this, because if I don't do this, then that person that was looking for me before is going to be, I mean, worst case scenario, they could be lost.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
You
People are starting to rely on that content.
And
they need their fix. They're like, where is it? Where is he? It's been a couple of weeks. Where is he?
Right. Where you at? Scratching. You know what I
Right.
mean? Waiting.
Yeah. Tyrone
But
Bigum's out here.
yeah, man. So, I'm appreciative that you let me come on the platform and talk about, what I do. And I never thought I would be a trainer and start training people and start coaching people and helping people in different ways. But I guess this is what I was here to do.
Yeah, man.
This is what I was here to do, and this is what I'm gonna continue doing
That's
for a
it, man.
long time. For a long time.
That's it. Yeah, we need you. We need you here. We need people like you that are doing things like this to uplift others, to educate others. I'm gonna ask. I got two questions for you, and then we're gonna wrap. I want to know. One question is for anyone out there listening that wants to know some information about health and wellness that most likely most people don't know in your learnings and the stuff that you've been researching. I know you mentioned two things to me when we were at the restaurant. You could maybe say one of those, but like what's one thing that you want to share with people to say, if you're not doing anything else, do this?
Mm. Most of the time, our bodies be having like wild inflammation because of the stuff that we eat.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just let go of a few things that we just wholeheartedly love or
Mm-hmm.
are conditioned to just we have such an affinity for it, like we have love for certain foods and some or certain desserts or certain things, but they're not necessarily good for us.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that the hard way too, because I loved beef, and my favorite food was cheeseburgers, man. But after a while, like it wasn't agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Like my stomach would definitely be in knots. You know what I mean? After I ate like some type of beef, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh man, I love it, but I don't love it this much. So I had to like get to the root of the problem and like just cut that out, and then it immediately stopped. It
Mm-hmm.
immediately stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say just exercise and just drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise, drink more water. That's the basic things you can do. That's the
Start
basic
there.
things you can do. Just start there. Just start there.
Yeah.
Just exercise. I'm not telling you to do a lot. And if you could do 8 pull-ups, if you could do a couple sit-ups, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then the day after that, it's kind of like, all right, if you did 1 pull-up today, do 2 tomorrow. If you did 5 sit-ups today, do 6 tomorrow.
Push
Just keep
yourself a little
leveling up.
bit. Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
leveling up somehow, some way, because that's how you're going to get stronger, and that's how you build your mind to be stronger, because it's that discipline. And us as humans, we sometimes lack that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we have so many options, and we have so many things that we can look forward to, that we lack the discipline
Mm-hmm.
because of the options. But I would say, like, yeah, like just try to get to the root of your problem as best as you can, and
Mm-hmm.
figure out why you feel the way you feel. No matter what the problem is, figure out why the way you feel is the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if you have to unlock some, even if you open some doors of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Because I've had to. We all have stuff. We all have certain things that we have to deal with and confront.
Yeah.
So
It's important.
try to get to the core of it, so your problems will be solved, whether it be health issues or family issues or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like we all got something that we're dealing with, and everybody has something that they're dealing with. But yeah. Try to get to the core of your issues as much as you can,
All right.
because that's how you're able to break you're able to break things that have been passed on to you, things that have been passed down to you just by default. You're
Yeah.
able to break those spells.
We have some control over some of those things.
Yeah, because you've
That's important.
identified it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's just like, oh no, it stops now. It stops with me.
Right. Right.
So that's
All right. All right. I
yeah.
like that. That's definitely good. I think that's a question that a lot of people probably have in their mind. Like it seems like it's a little overwhelming to think of all the different things that we can be doing that are going to be beneficial for us health and wellness related, but forget about all of the things and start with one or two of the things. And, you know, the tangible things, you could start doing some type of physical activity and drink more water. And it's funny, my boy Kim, I had him on several months back. He's into similar things, you know, health and wellness and fitness and training and stuff. And very, very much so. I mean, those exact two things, as a matter of fact, very consistent. He said, if you drink soda and all that kind of stuff, like cut that out and just try to just strictly drink water and do something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, just something physical. Just something physical. You know,
just to
like
get the heart rate up a little bit.
I'm not trying to, you know, you're not trying to out here trying to beat Arnold Schwarzenegger or, you know, next fitness mogul.
Make up a show. This guy's gonna make up a fitness show right now. The next fitness top fitness mogul. I was like, I knew where this was going.
Yeah. Hey, man.
It might be. Yeah.
Hey, man.
All right. Look, stay tuned.
Cut the check.
There you go. We got time for one more quick question for you. I want to know 5 artists, concert, at a concert you're going to, dead or alive. These artists are performing for you. Let my viewers know who's going to be at your concert, your dream concert.
Damn. So you know me and you, we love hip hop. We love hip hop to the core. You know what I mean? We love music just overall to the core. But I love hip hop. But I've seen a lot of hip hop artists and back in the old world anyway. You know what I mean? Yep. So, but these are guys that I didn't have the pleasure of actually seeing live because either I was too young or I was too I just wasn't into it at that moment.
Yeah.
As I should have been. But I would have loved to see Stevie Wonder, Prince, Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire, and James Brown.
Ooh.
Yeah, so those 5 artists / groups.
Yeah.
That's like after that I could kind of like I can go into the sunset and live, you know. Like I don't need much after that. You know, those are those because Stevie Wonder, with just Stevie Wonder alone, he just kind of embodies like he had probably the most perfect album to me. Songs in the Key of Life is probably the most perfect album of all time to me because the different records he had on the song and the different levels that he took you emotionally. You know, so Stevie Wonder is a guy that take you to different places emotionally just as a human, you know?
Yeah.
James Brown, he kind of started hip hop, you know, just everybody sampled him.
Yeah.
Earth, Wind and Fire, timeless records. Michael Jackson, do I need to say more?
Right.
And Prince, probably the best musician of all time. Because he could damn near play everything.
Wow.
So
that would be a hell of a
that's a tall order, as you would say. That's a tall order.
I'll be right there with you, man. I'm going to that same one. Bring the wives.
Yeah, man. That'd be a great one. That'd be a great one for the ages.
Let my viewers know where they could check out you on social media.
Check me out. Instagram at TheAlder1, DEALDER1. On Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and the website Otherside of 4 a.m. The book. We are waiting for your greatness.
Love it.
So what the hell are you scared of?
What are
you scared of?
Come on.
What are you scared of?
Yo. Super appreciative of you, taking the time out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for us to obviously watch the video and share it with others, but also years from now to look back on where we were during, the winter of 2020, right? Winter of 2020, and be able to really chat through and kind of reflect, where we were and where we are at that point. So I do appreciate you, my man. And glad to hear everything is going well. And hopefully, we get a chance to catch up at least one more time before the move happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. We will.
Find a way to make that happen.
We definitely will. I still got some time. I still got a little bit of time. Okay. But yeah, man, just again, man, thank you for letting me on your platform. I appreciate you, and I appreciate where you're taking this, and the best is yet to come, man.
That's
Best is
it.
yet to come.
That's big facts. I got some plans, bro. I do got some plans. So I
Yeah, the best
appreciate
is yet to
that.
come.
And yeah, you
Need
have a
some
great rest.
beats. I need some beats, bro.
Yo, yo, I need the beats. I need the beats, man. Where the
Need
beats
some
at? Where you
beats.
got the beats?
Need some beats, man. You know what I mean?
Yo, man. Yeah, I'm actually, so what I'm doing now, funny you mentioned it, right after this, every day now, I'm on day 26, 27. I'm posting for a full year. I'm doing 365 days of short little musical pieces, and I'm posting on my YouTube channel for every single day for a full year. And it's a challenge, of course. I challenge myself to do that,
Yeah.
and find ways to be efficient with it. Maybe I record 7 of them on a Sunday, spend an hour or whatever doing it, and then post them versus doing them every night or whatever. But
Right.
it's been super fun, man. It's been fun. This one app, this sample-based app. I never got into really sampling when I was doing my music stuff. It's mostly like the keys and all that. But this app, $4, it's like the app version of what Jay Dilla used to make donuts and all his classic
Oh,
albums.
wow.
404. So it's like it has all that functionality on an app. And when I tell you, like, so quickly you can get to chopping samples, and it's so much fun, bro. It's like, it's crazy the amount of fun I'm having using it and discovering a whole nother side of music making that I did not really spend time learning about back in the day. So some cool stuff coming up, man.
That's what it is, man. You said Jay Dilla. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
bro.
Get the
Donuts,
beats,
man.
bro.
That's my guy, man. Yo, love you, man. Have a good rest of the night.
Well, you too, man.
Wife.
Appreciate it. Best yet to come. Like I said, D all the one, all the way. You know what I mean?
Bro. That's it, my bro.
All right.
Have a great one. All right, man. I'll catch you next time.
All right.